Tamika Coleman with Tax Deed and Overage Education, and today, y'all, I'm gonna talk about Chat GPT. And is this good for this business? Okay, so I was just curious because everybody's about AI this, AI that, work smart, not hard. And so I got really curious because, as you guys know, I am about to do a mastermind, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, I was like, let me Chat GPT something, let me see if I could Chat GPT what's the best counties to do tax deed overages. So I'm about to give y'all the skinny on this, and I'm telling y'all this because I want you to be aware, especially the newbies, because I think a lot of times, even when you're Googling information or you're researching different stuff, I'm here to tell y'all even the county workers in Google, and especially Chat GPT, is not honest. And I'm gonna give you guys a prime example. I literally took literally the whole month of July off to just all my family's birthdays are in July, so I was just like, I'm just not gonna work in July. So I did a lot of traveling with my family, and so every time I go somewhere, I always I think of me going to a different city or a different state. I always feel like this is an opportunity for me to learn about a new county or a new state. And not every state is a tax deed state, which is all my channel is about. I do not do liens, y'all. So if you're here for tax liens, go somewhere else, because I'm only here to do tax deeds. And for those that are new to my channel, tax deeds is just simply once you buy a property, you get the deeds, but I also do overages. So let's just say an investor buys a property more than what the original owner owed, then you get the overages, right? So anyway, I was in a state, and I realized why I've never done this state, because it's really a tax lien state. Now, do tax liens turn into deeds? Yes, they do. The only thing is they take a little bit more time. Once again, if you're new to this channel, you know that tax liens, you do not get the property. You get a piece of paper. You're basically transferring the debt that the county has to yourself, and the people have to pay you, and then there's a period of time. So if you're just looking for a place to grow your money without a property in hopes to get a return on it, and I say hopes because sometimes people don't come back, and then you have to go through the process to actually get the deed. Now, in my opinion, I feel like that's way too many steps, and I don't want to go through that process. That's why I stick to deeds, because if I pay my money, I want my deed so that I can do what I want to do. I just don't want to wait for my money to grow. I literally want to be more in control of my money. And even when I buy deeds, sometimes it's not that I always get my money right away, but one thing I do know for sure, when I got that deed, I could leverage it. Okay, so that's why my business is called Leverage, because I'm all about leveraging. But back to the point, I'm so sorry. So I'm in this state, and so I don't know anything about the state because it's a lien state. I do know liens go to deeds, so I Chat GPT it, right? Because I'm like, forget about calling the counties, and also too, it's a nice little southern state, and so you know how that is, y'all. Some of these small counties and towns, they don't be answering their phone. They be at their house feeding their dog, be having a barbecue, and don't really be at work, or their house is their job. That's the office is at the house in these small little counties. So anyway, I was calling a couple of counties, and the first day I was unsuccessful because it was a couple of days after 4th of July. I guess they had an extended vacation. So I was like, let me Chat GPT it. And so I Chat GPT the state, and I kept saying something about a 3-year redemption, but I was like, okay, what happens after the 3 years? Anyway, needless to say, I Chat GPT thinking that I had the right information. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I was like, now I know a little bit. So when I call the counties, I'll have, I'll sound a little educated, because I'm here to tell y'all, it's just me here. I have 2 part-time workers, but I lead everything. I research and find everything. That's another reason why I have masterminds, to keep myself irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but relevant, is I'm constantly looking for new counties, looking for new states to learn stuff. And I also too have learned while being in this business that things change. I feel like Nevada is starting to change, and other places are starting to change. But this particular county, I had saw on Chat GPT that it's 3 years. But when I started calling the counties, y'all, they were like, it's 4 years. And it was very interesting from the information that I found on Chat GPT than what I actually heard from the county workers themselves. And so I always play this little trick. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, because if it's a small town or a small county, they might have 3 workers, so you can't call in hopes to get to speak to someone else. But what I did do is I called several different counties within this state just to see if everybody knew what they were talking about and if Chat GPT was lying or just unaware. Come to find out, Chat GPT information was not accurate, and they were unaware because the laws had changed at the beginning of January. Now we are in July and Chat GPT has not caught up. So I just want you guys to be aware of the information that you get on Chat GPT as well as Google. Now, let me talk about Google real quick, y'all, because I've made this mistake. Like I said, I always tell people I am not perfect. I'm a human being just like you. I'm just a girl that loves to give information, that's been in real estate for 20 years. And by far, I feel like, as God is my witness, this is like the best strategy that I've ever come across in real estate investing. So with Google, I've learned that you got to be very careful, because doing this business, you know, I could be typing in Montgomery County, but then there's like 5 different Montgomery counties. There might be one in Indiana or Illinois or California. So also too, I just want you guys to be aware when you're Googling, make sure it's the right state. And then even when you're Googling information, you really want to verify with the county. But to make this video short, what I want you guys to get from this video is be aware of the information that you're getting from Chat GPT, because a lot of times the information isn't accurate. I also find that the information is really vague, even on the paid version. So I just want you guys to be aware of that, and I just always want to share my experiences and things that I've learned. So anyway, I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and happy investing.